it's probably going to dwindle down to close to about 4 months in order to fly the research hardware we want to do and all the other things that we want to set up. And so we're floating somewhere around that, depending on the consumable, between 4 and 6 months. So if something happened to SpaceX, we'd have to, figure out where we were and how quickly they could return to flight, and then we would react accordingly. But without your supply ships, you can't go on indefinitely on orbit.
Could you keep 6 people on board if you lost if SpaceX went down for any period of time?
Depends on the period of time. So we will attempt to keep the crew. The crew has enough supplies, including research, to continue to work for somewhere between 4 and 6 months, depending on what we did. So the decision we'd have to make is how quickly can SpaceX get back up, and then what can we do with our Russian colleagues with regard to any support they might supply, which we'll talk to them about. And then we'd have to look together about, okay, what's the right steps to take? Do we go ahead and let everybody go home until we're ready to resupply again, or do we step down to 3 crew? And I suspect that's what we would do if we had to, is we'd step down to 3 crew first. But the way we manage station is not to have to make those decisions immediately. So we have quite a bit of resources on board. We have quite a bit of time to work through the problem. There's any number of problems that can be recovered from pretty quickly and get right back to flight. And then we'd spend a lot of time with SpaceX about priorities and things like that. So you could work a number of scenarios, and we have, and as we've thought about what to do next, and some of them you can stay on orbit for a while, and others you may not be able to. But in all cases, we have plenty of time to decide what to do next, figure out what we're really dealing with, and then figure out how we want to react to it. Irene.
Irene Klotz with Reuters. I have 2 questions for Hans. The first is, can you just tell us what happened with the hot fire test last month that didn't work? And also, considering that SpaceX has already done 2 soft lands on water, what is the challenge this time? Why aren't you guys kind of expressing more confidence that this will work? Thanks.
Yeah, so the static fire was a tad short. We expect it to be a little bit longer usually, and there are balls on the vehicle. We clipped one of them. We looked at the data and we were on the fence. We decided just be cautious and repeat the static fire. So that's what happened then, I want to say on the 19th, a couple of days later.